One of the things that helped me gain the most wisdom early on was something called the Wisdom Challenge. And I did this Wisdom Challenge several times, and it's helped me the most. But in this video, I want to share with you a way that I've discovered to make the Wisdom Challenge even more impactful. And it only takes 31 days. And so if you'll just lock in and just stay tuned to this video, I'm going to show you how to gain the most wisdom that's going to change your life in the next 31 days. Walk with me. And then who am I? I'm Billy Miller. And listen, I love books. I love books so much that I've dedicated this whole channel to sharing with you the many books that have impacted my life. And in this particular book, we're going to discussion. We're going to talk about this book by Joyce Meyer called "In Search of Wisdom." This is a life-changing truth in the book of Proverbs, where she goes through each chapter in Proverbs. So, what is the Wisdom Challenge? First of all, the Wisdom Challenge is when you read a chapter of Proverbs a day. So there's 31 chapters in Proverbs. So say, for example, there's 31 days in this month, right? So on the first day of the month, you will read Proverbs chapter 1. The second day of the month, you will read Proverbs chapter 2, and so on and so on. And it's as simple as that. And this book is the wisdom book, and you can gain so much knowledge just by doing that simple wisdom challenge. Now, I've done it several years myself, but this one particular year, I did it. I tagged along this book, right? And it's by Joyce Meyer. She's a good author. If you never heard of her, a good book too. And she go through each chapter, breaking down her commentary on the book. So not only I say go a little deeper, right? Do the wisdom challenge, but so for example, today we just say today is the first. You're going to read Proverbs chapter 1, then you're going to read chapter 1 in this book that she has about Proverbs chapter 1, just to give you that much more knowledge. Because listen, here's the truth of the matter: if you don't have a wisdom, you're opening yourself up to becoming a fool. And listen, nobody wants to be a fool. A fool is someone who lacks wisdom, who's voided of wisdom, right? And I like her definitions of a fool in this in her book, and I'm gonna put it on the screen. I'm gonna break them down. And listen, it's not gonna take me that long to share this with you either. I just want to give you some tools and some resources to help you gain wisdom, because wisdom is the most important thing that you can have. And we'll come back to that. But listen, let's look at these definitions of a fool. I like what we'll put them up on the screen. You can take screenshots of it as you want, if you want, as I put them up on the screen. But here's the first definition: a fool is someone who is morally deficient, hasty in making decisions, too quick to speak without thinking. I want you to just think about uh, people who you consider a fool, right? And you're going to recognize some of these descriptions. Do you know somebody who's hasty in decision making, always making rash decisions, not or they speaking without thinking? They just letting anything just burn out of their mouth. They're not careful about their words. See, Proverbs teach you how to do all of this, right? Let's look at the next definition. A fool is someone who's not prudent with finances and makes poor decisions in all areas of life. So I like where it says not prudent. So there's different words Proverbs talk about that's related to wisdom, such as there's wisdom, there's discernment, there's prudence, right? There's discretion. It's all of these words, and she breaks down all these words. It's like 6 or 7 of them, and I love that's what I loved about this book, because she breaks down all of them. Let's look at this other definition here. Like I said, I'm not gonna hold you long. A fool is someone who thinks more highly of himself than he should. He is probably lazy and does not exercise self control. You know anybody like this? Well, guess what? If you don't learn wisdom, you could wind up becoming this person too, and you don't want to be that person. All right, let's look at this. The fool is someone who has an attitude of entitlement, thinking he should be given what he has not worked for or earned. Come on. I know you done seen this before. I mean, they even got viral videos where they call people Karens. So I know you know about this. Listen, A fool is a person who lacks appreciation and is ungrateful. Have you ever did something for somebody? They won't even say thank you. They just act like you're supposed to do it. They just act like, okay, whatever. They're ungrateful. But let me tell you something, boy. An ungrateful person will destroy the giver inside of you. Chew on that for a minute. See, there's a part of you that wants to give. Maybe you're a big giver. If you come across somebody who's entitled and ungrateful, it'll make you not want to give. It'll destroy the giver in you. You got to be careful with that. Look at this other definition. The fool is most likely a person who murmurs and complains regularly. Have you ever seen any of these people on your job? Just constantly complaining. Every day is something. Now, it continues, it says a fool is somebody who gossips, falls in with bad company, has no reverential fear and awe of God. They act like they're not even scared of God. You know anybody who gossip? People who always talking, they always talking about somebody. These are fools. These are fools. My wife was messing with me the other day and she was like, I don't think you like people. What you mean? I don't like people. I love people. I'm a whole minister. I'm obsessed with trying to figure out ways to help people change their lives. So I love people. It's not that I don't love people. I just don't like fools. See, I'm an introvert by heart, right? And I'm not the person who's on every set. It's not because I don't like people. My whole life is my whole vision is evolved around answering a question, solving a problem for people. God created me for people. I like people. I just don't like food. It also talks about the simple. It also talks about the prideful. It's different things that the book of Proverbs talk about. And like I said, she goes into it in depth in this book. Uh, let's look at this here, because you're going to need wisdom, right? And let me show you some of these scriptures here. Let me show you this scripture right here. Take a screenshot of that. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7, New Century Version says, wisdom is the most important thing. So get wisdom. If it costs everything you have, get understanding. Listen, wisdom is the most important thing. So you need to get wisdom. You need to get wisdom. No matter the cost. If it costs everything you have, listen, you need to get it. As a matter of fact, that's what inspired my t-shirt. I had this whole t-shirt brand. I have a collection called the Wisdom Collection, different wisdom type shirts, just as a reminder for me. I originally created it as a reminder for me. Like this one says, even if it costs everything you have, get wisdom. That's one of my favorite shirts. Why? Because wisdom is worth more than everything you have. So is doing the wisdom challenge worth it? Yes. Yes. If you're not doing anything else to gain wisdom, I'm not saying that's the only way to gain wisdom, but I am saying that is a way. And this is what I want you to do. I want you to take the wisdom challenge, and not only take the wisdom challenge, but get this book to go even deeper with it. All right. Let me show you a couple quotes from the book. Here's a quote I like that she wrote. She said, wisdom does not rebuke us to make us feel guilty, but to urge us to make a positive change in God's direction. That's what wisdom is here for, to help us make right choices. That's what wisdom is. Wisdom is knowing what to say and do at the appropriate time. It's making right choices and right decisions, knowing what to say and do when nobody knows what to say and do. And you're going to need wisdom for that. You're going to need wisdom to make the right career choices. You're going to need wisdom to choose the right spouse. You're going to need wisdom to find that right career, job or career or position, the right church. Wisdom is understanding the difference between good and evil, between right and wrong. You need to know the difference. Can't go by what it looks like. Not even God goes by what it looks like. It says God doesn't go by the outward appearance. God judges the heart of the matter. Can you do the same? You won't be able to do it without wisdom. Let me look at it. Let me show you this other scripture here. I mean, what's that scripture? Another quote from the book. She said, it is impossible to teach people who believe they do not need to learn anything." Maybe you're watching me and maybe you're saying you don't need to do the wisdom challenge. Maybe you feel you know it. Listen, I know it all reveals that he doesn't know much at all. Chew on that for a minute. Listen, you're gonna always need to learn. You're gonna have to have continual learning. Never be a person who, oh, I've arrived, right? You're going to need wisdom and always leave room for wisdom. Listen, like I said, I'm not going to hold you long. I'm going to show you one more quote. And before I show you this last quote, listen, if you liked anything that I've shared or you like this type of teaching, listen, click the subscribe button and go a step further, hit that notification bell because that notification bell will notify you whenever I put out any more videos, especially when I do videos of other books that you may be interested in. And listen, hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know that you're here. Most importantly, share this video because if it bless you, don't hoard up all the wisdom for yourself. Share it so it can bless others, and this will help the algorithm push the video out even more. All right, so let me show you this one last quote, Joyce Meyer. She says, "Every wise decision you make helps to override an unwise one you may have made in the past." Because guess what? You may be watching me and maybe you've been making foolish decisions. Maybe this is your first time tapping into wisdom. And you said, man, I've been making bad choices after bad choices. That's okay. You can start now. You can start making right decisions now. And like she said, every wise decision you make helps to override those unwise ones you did in the past. You can start making right decisions today. Did you hear what I said? You can start making right decisions today. But guess what? You can't make right decisions until you get wisdom. So the question is, how do you get wisdom? Well, there's several ways. All right. But the main one I want to focus on is doing the wisdom challenge. All right. Like I said, just take Proverbs, right? Every day. You can start at the first of the month. On the first of the month, you're going to read Proverbs chapter 1. Second day of the month, you're going to read Proverbs chapter 2, right? And you're going to do that for 31 days. That's the simple way to get started. That's a way that doesn't even cost you any money. You can find a Bible app or pull up a Bible on your phone. That doesn't cost you anything other than your time, right? And attention, right? Now, if you want to invest in yourself, and there's nothing wrong with investing in wisdom, because investing in wisdom, listen, investing in knowledge gives you the best interest, right? So if you want to invest, I want you to get this book. This is the book product that we're talking about today, the book review of the day. The book choice of the day is called In Search of Wisdom by Joyce Myers. I'll put the description of all the platforms you can get this book, whether it's ebook, uh, paperback copy, hardback copy, however you want to get this book, get that book. And I'll put the direct links in the description of this video. And there's one last way too. This is actually my book. Listen, not only do I love to read books, first of all, let me show you the rest of this shirt. It says, "I buy books, then live off the rest." This is one of my shirts too, because I'm a book lover. I buy books, then I live off the rest. So that's what I do when I get my money. I buy books, and then whatever I got left over, that's what I live off of. But not only do I buy books and I read books, guess what? I write books too. And I actually have a book because of the years I've studied on wisdom and I continue to study on wisdom. I actually wrote a book uh, on wisdom called Whatever Devil, I'm Still Here. This is known as the Wisdom Book. I know it says volume 2, but you don't have to read volume 1 in order to read this one. This particular one is the Wisdom Book. If you're interested in this book as well, I'll link it up in the description of this video and it's going to bless your life. So listen, I say take the wisdom challenge. Also, the wisdom challenge isn't the only challenge that blessed my life. I actually have this other challenge called the 30-day life challenge, and that's going to take you even higher as well. So listen, matter of fact, I'll tell you more about that. I'm gonna put in a video right here. So just click right there and I'll see you in that video. Listen, I love you. Stay up, stay blessed, and always remember that the word is your life.